So maybe by way of introduction, maybe tell a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, sure. So I've been in marketing for about 10 years now. I started my first marketing role was as a content videographer, photographer. Um, and I moved from the photo video space after 3 or 4 years into a marketing coordinator role within football, soccer in Australia, and moved my way up the ranks within the kind of football association to state level and then national body. Um, and learning marketing and content along the way. And then, yeah, 2017, 2018, I started my own agency. Um, and, and yeah, throughout my career, I've kind of held in roles within organizations like in football. But also I've run my own business on the side, and I have to say I'm definitely a business owner as opposed to an employee.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, love helping small businesses, love helping any kind of business owner to grow their business.
So you've been with marketing for just under 6 months. So initially, what was it about the opportunity that appealed to you, do you think?
Yeah, so the opportunity, it's kind of this mixture of allowing you to run your own business, but also coming into a marketing consultancy, the size of Little Marketing, that can help you with all of your processes and procedures, and bringing you clients rather than leads to help you grow, or to help you, start helping clients straight away. You don't have to think about business development or sales. You can just start working with clients, and use your marketing expertise straight away. So that flexibility to run your own business, but also to help small businesses. Little Marketing, caters to the small business arena specifically, which is fantastic.
Yep.
And a passion of mine. And yeah, the fact that I get clients straight away is just a plus.
So you said you've been in the marketing space for 10 years or so. So had you seen this type of opportunity out there previously?
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of agencies out there that are trying to offer something like this. But because of the difference between the agency model and a consultancy approach to marketing, I think this offer is quite unique, having the ability to, most agencies or franchises or licensees out there of marketing agencies will probably offer a certain amount of leads per month or per year, um, and some sort of processes and systems. But the fact that as marketing consultants we can bring our expertise and build our own way of helping clients, and on top of that, we get given the clients from day one. I think there's nothing like that on the market.
So um, let's look at the opportunity so far. So what do you enjoy most about being a little marketing consultant?
Oh, I've loved meeting the team for starters. I think the team is a fantastic culture and a great business at Little Marketing. On top of that, I've got 6 or 7 new clients within the first couple of months of starting, and all of those clients are different industries but small business focused. They've got same problems but different way of looking at it, right?
Yep.
And it's been great to meet all these new clients, but also the processes and systems that have been built around Little Marketing um, to help us, hit the ground running from day one, I think is fantastic. So when I get a new client, all I have to think about is how can I help this client where they are right now to reach their goals that they've just outlined to me.
Yeah, love it. Just help them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if there's someone out there that's looking to move out of their full-time job, go into a freelance opportunity, or start their own marketing business of some sort, why would they be better off being a little marketing consultant?
Yeah, I think that that process of moving from a freelance from a full-time role into either freelance or running your own business, there's always that overlap of 3, 6, 9 months where you don't have the cash flow. If you're sitting in a full-time role right now, you're probably anxious about making that first step, trying to save up enough money to be able to make that transition as seamless as possible. And on top of all that, the money issues, there's also this, you know, you, the expertise around running a business is completely different to running um, the marketing team of a small to medium sized business, right? So if you're sitting in a full time role right now and you're fantastic at Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, website development, whatever it is, you've then got to think about and learn about how to build out your zero account to make that as efficient as possible for accounting, and how to bring on new leads and new sales, and find a niche. Or there's thousands of podcasts out there that will tell you all these different ways of building a business. But the fact is that until you try it, you're going to have to make mistakes first to learn what works and what doesn't.
Yep.
With little marketing, you come in, you sit down, do a couple of induction days, and I think within a week or two, Michael, you'd booked me my first introduction to clients, and I was off and running and had 4 clients within 2 months, and making that recurring revenue. Plus, all of the systems and processes were already built. So all I had to do was bring my expertise from that, my previous work, and help clients. And that's the most valuable thing, I think. Why little marketing is a better option than just starting your freelancing, because all of the systems, processes, and all of the massive learning curve kind of taken away from you.
So you mentioned the induction training just then. So um, obviously it's been a few months since you did that. So what were your thoughts at the time around the induction training? And then what are your thoughts now about that ongoing support and professional development you get from Little Marketing?
Yeah, so the induction and both the induction training and the support is very comprehensive, and the support from from head office is just, it's constant, it's personable, and you feel like you're an employee, but with the perks of being a business owner at Little Marketing. The induction training specifically, I think it was a 3 or 4 day induction training. And I thought, in the lead up to it, I thought, I wasn't sure what to think. It could have, any induction I've done in the past has been, 4 hours of sitting in a room talking about work health and safety, and maybe a little bit more. So the fact that it was 3 or 4 days was, it was fantastic. It flew by. There was a huge amount of information and just impressive kind of processes and procedures that are there in place to help us succeed as business owners. So it was fantastic, and it has been fantastic with the support from Haley and the design team and everyone at head office.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Good to hear. Good feedback. So based on your experience so far with Little Marketing and dealing with small business clients, what do you think from a client perspective? What do you think they expect from consultants in terms of like a mindset or drive or personality? Like what do you think they're expecting from on that level?
Yeah, I think one of the key things that they're expecting of their consultant is that consultative approach, right? So how we take them through, and problem solve and help them um, to understand what their goals are, to reach them at their level, and then um, help them put a plan in place and some structure in place to help them achieve those goals. So it's a consultative approach, but with that consultative approach, I think um, the key thing that every consultant needs, or the client expects the consultant to have, is empathy for their situation, and understanding of who they are, and what makes them, what they're going through, and then how to get them out of those issues or problems.
And so then based on that, so that's what the client is expecting from an attribute perspective. What further attributes does a consultant need to make this role, this opportunity a success for them, do you think?
Yeah, I think there's two things that come to mind. Is one, you need to be a business owner first. You need to think as a business owner, because we're working with business owners, but also because you're building your own business within Little Marketing. And number two is you have to be a problem solver. You have to look at problems and hear hear obstacles and issues with where the client's at and why they're not achieving the goals that they've set out for themselves.
Yep.
And the first thing that you need to think is, cool, how do we solve this problem with the marketing activities that we have available to us, which as a consultant is pretty much every activity there is. So yeah, I think that problem solver mindset is imperative to success for the small business landscape.
So you just mentioned, well, it probably leads me into my next question that I wanted to ask. So our consultants need to really have that business owner mindset, not only for themselves because they're running their own business within Little Marketing, but because they have to put themselves in their client's shoes and think like business owners. From your perspective, why do you think it's so important that consultants have that business owner mindset?
Yeah, I think when you're working with small business owners, they're going through the same problems that we mentioned before. If you were to jump from an employee role into freelance, you have to learn all these new business kind of skills, right? So as a having that business mindset means that you can help small businesses and small business owners where they're at with, they've got their skill sets of, say a mechanic is fantastic at one of the best mechanics in Australia, but if they don't have any business skills, then we become so much more than marketing consultants. We're business coaches, essentially. We're business consultants, and we're helping them with what are you spending your time on that you shouldn't be spending your time on if you've got 2 staff members, and how can we help you to focus more on creating the content that you need to grow your business, or creating whatever it is that's going to help them reach their goals. So sometimes it's less about that consultative approach means that we're not just stuck in the services that we're offering, that we're approaching their problem from their perspective and having that business owner mindset.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not business coaches or accountants, that's for sure, but it's being objective around what they're trying to achieve, and giving that objective opinion for them based on the opportunity and those attributes and personalities. Who does this opportunity not suit? Because this opportunity, as you know, is not for everybody, right? So
Absolutely.
So who does it not suit, do you think?
Yeah, I think to be a Little Marketing consultant, senior marketing consultant, you have to be motivated and you have to be organized. So I think the people that it's not for is someone who's comfortable in their employee role, where they've got someone who's telling them what to do and putting together their day-to-day and week-to-week kind of deliverables and KPIs and that sort of thing. If you're not motivated or if you're not organized, this role isn't for you. I think those are key things that you need to be a successful business owner, and also to be a successful business or marketing consultant for business owners.
Yeah, for sure. So you've obviously been through the process with a few clients now. So that process of really understanding the client to help best position them in the minds of their customers and clients where there's the least amount of competition, and then create a marketing plan that actually gets them out there. So tell us a little bit around your thoughts on that proven approach that you've been able to use so far.
Yeah, I think it's unlike any other approach for creating a marketing plan and a structure for marketing for businesses that I've seen. I've come from agency land, running agencies or working in them, and the processes and systems I've seen in those roles that I've had, even trying to build them myself.
Bad word, agency, bad word. Yeah.
Terrible word, yeah. But yeah, coming to little marketing, and trying that. The first client I had, and did the marketing planning meeting and that whole proven process. I, after the induction, a little bit nervous heading into it, but it was fantastic. Like the whole structure. You really have to see it to kind of know what it is, and I won't give away too much, but yeah, it's a fantastic process. The systems and processes, not only for the marketing plan and the overall approach to consultancy, but everything else behind the scenes at Little Marketing, it's well thought through, and it's there to help us as business owners.
We spoke a bit before around that transition from someone going from a full-time job to maybe into a freelance or starting their own. So I was listening to a podcast a few weeks ago, and it was on recurring revenue, and they were saying that the biggest obstacle or fear for someone going from a full-time job into a freelance or starting their own is that certainty with that paycheck. So whether it's a weekly or a fortnightly, a monthly paycheck, as an employee, you have that certainty. As a freelancer or starting your own business, you don't have that certainty. So it's the biggest hurdle that people have, or biggest fear that people have to transition. Now, at Little Marketing, we've got that covered. We've figured out a way where we give certainty to consultants. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I've been in a position like that myself, coming from I was an employee and trying to transition into running my own business, and I have to say it kept me up at night for the first 3 to 6 months. It's a difficult and anxious time when that recurring revenue isn't there, and
again, when you started your own agency, you're saying? Yep.
Yeah, when I started my own agency. Yep.
Yeah.
So I started my own agency, and I was working part-time, went from full-time to part-time and started my own agency. And creating that recurring revenue and that kind of that certainty that there's going to be money in the bank account in 2 weeks' time to feed my family, it's difficult. And if you haven't done it before, it's always going to be difficult. So yeah, Little Marketing has that process in place. We as consultants, you get recurring revenue from all of your clients that you're working with, and again, without giving too much away, it's just a fantastic system and process and way of working, not just for our business owners, but also for us. Little Marketing, kind of, I've felt from day one that they're there to help us grow as business owners.
One of the key bits that we say with consultants when they start is that when they get to kind of their individual capacity, let's call it's around 10 clients based on the size of clients that we provide to consultants. So when they get to that 10, they shouldn't be hamstrung on that 10. There's no cap or there's no limit, right? So we tell them they can have their own, they can subcontract, or they can have their own employee. What are because we don't want a limit to it, right? We want them to build their own business. So what are your thoughts on that? And you're fast approaching your individual capacity as well, by the way.
Yeah, I am. That took a lot. It was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Yeah, I think not having that cap is something that made me a lot more interested from day one, right? So as business owners, we're driven to succeed and create success for ourselves and our families, and whatever that success looks like is different for different people, but it's usually tied to some sort of revenue and money goals that's beyond what we could create or make at an employee level or at a full-time job. And so yeah, that kind of offer or that way of bringing on new clients and more clients beyond that 10, and then there's processes and systems in place so that we can, as consultants, we don't have to learn HR or learn how to manage clients. There's that support. Manage staff members or new team members. There's that support from head office to help us when we get to 11 and 12, 13, 14 clients. What should be the first hire that we make, and meeting with you every couple of months, Michael, and just diving into what's working and what's not, and how can head office continue to assist us as consultants. So yeah, I think the fact that there is no ceiling for consultants is massive, and that it's going to help to bring on the right people and the right consultants to help grow Little Marketing.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, after you do that initial induction training, Little Marketing, promises that they'll give you. You never have to get your own clients. Little Marketing will always give you your own clients. And in that first month, we guarantee you'll get 2 clients in that first month, paid clients. What are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic that the first interaction you have with your client is a paid experience to help them grow their business. So it's
an interesting take, actually. Yeah.
it's that marketing planning meeting with this proven process that helps us to create a marketing plan and structure for our clients. And yeah, as a consultant, it was a massive selling point for me coming in to know that I didn't have to do any sales or lead gen or anything like that. That head office, in fact, it wasn't something I was aware of when I first inquired with Little Marketing, but when I found out, it kind of pushed me over the line to want to find out more.
So based on the fact that you can potentially have your own team, employees, subcontractor, maybe you don't want to do that, but how do you see James, the consultant, how do you see that opportunity for you evolving and growing?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely keen to bring on my first hire within the next probably 3 to 6 months, and then seeing how far I can take this. I can see myself being here at Little Marketing for many years to come, which I haven't been able to say about many organisations or jobs that I've been at in the past. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to build a team with Little Marketing and just bring on more clients. I think the key thing for me is that I love helping small businesses, and I love helping all of my clients. And if there's proven processes and help around that to help us to just do that more efficiently and better as consultants, then you're in the right place.
And finally, would you recommend this opportunity to your other marketing connections?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we touched on it before. It's not for everyone, but it definitely is for anyone who's business minded, who's driven, who's motivated, who loves small business, loves marketing, is passionate. You don't have to be the best marketer either. You don't have to know everything about every marketing activity. There's support along the whole way, but I definitely would recommend it to to anyone out there who's interested, and I already have recommended it to a few of my contacts as well.
Awesome. James, that was so good having you on today. I think it gives a different perspective. I think for, one of the reasons why we wanted to do this was for potential consultants to have a listen. Again, it's not for everybody, right? So they need to understand what they're getting themselves into, the benefits of this opportunity, but also the challenges that comes with, people needing to be driven and having that right business owner mindset. So that was really good. So thank you for your time today.
No worries. I enjoyed it. Thanks, Michael.
Just a reminder, to get even more out of today's episode, go to the show notes to find the link or visit littlemarketing.com.au where you can download a worksheet with the key points discussed in today's episode. This is so that you can make your own notes around some of the things discussed, get your marketing moving and start implementing. Again, thanks for listening and have a great day. Please note that all the information provided on this podcast is general in nature and is not intended to be specific advice to your individual situation. Please be sure to engage a professional for a customized approach to your business and personal circumstances.